since the current round of conflict between Palestine and Israel began. Gaza is obviously blocked from all sides, and there is nowhere to escape. Gaza is in ruins. There are still rockets flying towards Israel. Why is the force of resistance so tenacious? The reason behind this is the authentic economy that Gaza relies on for survival. Gaza's surface is dotted with squat, crowded slums, but 30 or 40 meters underground. There are crisscrossing tunnels with a total length of more than 500 kilometers. The deepest point can reach 80 meters, just like an underground castle. Another 1/4 extends into land controlled by Israel. Countless traps, thousands of secret exits and launching positions, spread throughout Gaza and beyond, switching between offense and defense, allowing for easy advance and retreat. This is the true face of this city, the most difficult fortress to attack, but it may also be the final grave. But this tunnel couldn't be built in a day. It is the result of decades of development in the entire Gaza region. In May 2010, Israel intercepted a Turkish international humanitarian rescue ship. Affected by public opinion, the blockade was partially lifted, causing a large amount of supplies to flow into Gaza. More than half of Gaza's 1,100 commercial tunnels have suspended operations. After all, ordinary people want normal life and normal trade. And as Israel retightens its blockade, tunnel economy and excavation construction, in half a century, it unfolded vigorously again, and today's underground fortress is covered with cobwebs. For half a century, the Gaza tunnel has evolved from a commercial channel necessary for survival to a military fortress. The biggest driving force is Israel's strict blockade. Since Israel won the Six-Day War in 1967 and completely occupied Gaza, the prototype of tunnel warfare emerged, which was different from today's Gaza, which only has high-strength barbed wire fences. On the outside, when Israeli troops were in the Gaza Strip, settlement was established in the 1/3 with the richest water resources and the most fertile land. Not only does it block 1/3 of the coastline, it also extends to the land surrounding the two major towns in the north and south of Gaza. Within a few dozen minutes, the narrow Gaza Strip can be cut into 3 sections, convenient and quick sweep. At this time, Hamas has not yet been established. After 40 years of siege, Gaza lacks water, food and fuel. Most material supplies are restricted by controls. The water bill is easily as high as the Israeli farmland just outside the wall, 10 times higher. Natural gas resources were discovered in Gaza waters in 2000, but the locals in Gaza don't get any benefits, because pricing rights, mining rights, trading rights, it's all in Israel's hands. The land, sea and air blockade has turned Gaza into an open-air prison. The unemployment rate and poverty rate are more than half, and pregnant women are begging on the streets with their children. The elderly are homeless due to lack of food, clothing and warmth, dying poverty and chaos. Most young people will never escape the dragnet of Gaza throughout their lives. You can only survive downwards, not only by digging tunnels inside to avoid the blockade. Interconnected, linking together long-term resistance movements, we also rely on external channels to maintain trade, receive assistance to maintain food and clothing, and go out to make a living. Gaza's tunnel-related industries account for 30 to 40% of GDP. It is the most important employment opportunity for young people, directly supporting more than 10% of families in Gaza. Hamas has even established a tunnel management committee. The commission has a dedicated customs office that issues licenses, manage local order and mediate commercial disputes, monitor market prices and combat harding. There will even be tax cuts to encourage the opening of new tunnels. Many tunnels are run by dedicated merchants. The big ones can ride tricycles, resell some food, medicine, building materials, daily necessities, etc. Provides 65% of Gaza's flour and 67% of its consumer goods, 98% sugar, 100% steel and cement. 40 years later, as Gaza's Arab population exceeds 1 million, The Jewish settlement of Israel is surrounded by people. Israel, struggling to cope, moved out of the Gaza Strip in 2005. All internal settlements changed to external blockade siege. Along the fence, 1,500 Palestinian homes were demolished, create a 300-meter wide no man's land, and only grant a few permits each year. Can go out and do physical work. Gazans have no passports to leave the country, and no legal tender. Terminals were blocked and airports were cancelled. When people from the inside go out and people from the outside come in, Israel must approve it. But Israel couldn't guard its feet. Tunnels continue to extend from the interior of Gaza. Because the stricter the Israeli blockade, the harder it will be for normal trade too. The tunnels in Gaza will be more efficient, and the more tunnels are dug, the more. Digging deeper and deeper, connecting the threads into a network, from 2 dimensions to 3 dimensions, the tunnel economy is becoming more and more prosperous. But it has also become a headache for Israel, with the excavation of commercial tunnels. Excavation equipment is becoming more and more professional. The level of cooperation between the military and the people of Gaza has increased significantly. Many tunnels have been converted into armed tunnels. It is reinforced with concrete and equipped with facilities such as electricity, communication, exhaust and drainage, deliver weapons and set up rocket tracks, even small arsenals, maintenance plants or command and control centers were built. Although the Israeli army controls the sea, land and air, it is helpless against the Gaza tunnel. Armored troops can't get in, and the satellite network doesn't show it either. Israel spends billions of dollars to destroy tunnels, build underground sensing systems and invent foam grenades, use tear gas, block entrances with sand, debris or explosives to destroy them, even at the expense of introducing seawater. The Pakistanis will only rebuild the tunnels again and again, and dig deeper and more covertly. The outside world in these years, there's a lot of talk about the Gaza tunnels, but it's all business and business. Delivering KFC takeout, transport some necessary supplies, even marry a daughter-in-law. But only a few are quite perfect. Most of them are simple, narrow, dark and lack of oxygen, face the danger of suffocation or even collapse at any time. Moreover, daily necessities transported through tunnels are expensive. The quantity is not enough. 68% of Gazan families still lack food and clothing. Millions of people still rely on international aid to survive. If it weren't for the long-term blockade, who in Gaza would be able to dig tunnels for a long time?